I would like to introduce you to my present and the rest of the world's future. I call it S.P.A.M.
Wow, that is the most incredible little roach.
What does it do?
Literally anything. It can drive anything, talk to anything, calculate anything. It's a new, better brain.
Can I make babies and play football?
It can do things that'll benefit society.
Okay, you know what he means.
Just saying, there's some things that people do better. I mean, you look at that widget and you see the future. I look at that thing and see 10 guys on an unemployment line.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good.
The greater good.
I accidentally grabbed the the slider on the progress of the track instead of the volume on the track.
Ah,
A little hiccup there, and then that awkward out. All right, hey guys, this is episode 400 and something. Yeah, have I said what we are? Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores things. I haven't said any of that, have I?
Well, I mean, you told us when we started.
Yeah. All right,
but I don't know if you told the listener.
I don't think I told the listener.
No, I don't think you did either.
Okay,
but when we got on earlier, you said, guys, we're doing Cheapseat Reviews, which is the podcast that explores. Yeah, that
happened pre-show. Okay.
Yes.
So let me do this then. Thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good.
The greater.
Okay. I figured you would do STEM voice.
Oh, well, I mean, I could do the non-emotional Hal voice, sure.
Yeah. The greater good.
The greater good.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. See, I always thought that I could work at NPR.
Really? You know, no, you're too Southern. You got too much of a Southern accent.
Do you think? I mean,
oh yeah,
that's all right. Some people like that. I mean, I'm not like Matthew McConaughey Southern, but that was
according to my cousins, you would be very, very Southern. My Northern family.
Well,
they think I'm like the biggest Southerner they've ever met. So
you probably are.
Oh, I'm sure, but they don't understand the people I live around.
Yeah. You mean like they couldn't understand the people?
They probably could not. Just like we can barely understand them.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. It's funny because when you grow up with the accent, right, you don't think you have one, and then you go somewhere. So the first time someone ever told me that I had an accent was when I went to visit my cousins in Alaska, and they're like, "Oh my God, your Southern accent is so strong." I'm like, okay, I don't think of that I have one, but I guess I do to an Alaskan.
Yeah.
But what's not Alaska is this movie. This is episode 456, and today we're talking about Upgrade, 2018's Upgrade. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, wishboned his face, Jimison.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about movies that we find where things just get wishboned, whether it's your legs or your hand or now your jaw.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some pretty gruesome things in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first of many.
Yeah.
And unexpected too. I was not. Yeah. I was absolutely not expecting that level at that quickly as it came, for sure.
And Sam.
Yes, Sean.
Wants an automated smoothie machine in his house, Vector.
I would love an automated smoothie machine in my house, Sean. That would be wonderful. I would like it if you would now call me S.P.A.M.
Well, hold on. We have to. It's got to stand for something, right? Because STEM stands for something. So what does SPAM stand for?
Synthetic,
Sentient. Oh, synthetic.
sentient. No, let's do a sentient, um, personal automated machine.
Okay, yeah, a sentient personal automated machine. SPAM. I like it.
Yeah. Yes. So, Sean,
Yes.
hold on just a second while I create your demise through different levels of storytelling.
Okay. I wonder if, like, I legit wonder if we decided that, like, pre-show, like, we're all gonna talk in our.
Oh my god! Like how long we could do that,
Like,
right?
one,
Oh
how
my
long
gosh.
can we do it? And two, at what point do we finally start getting messages saying from listeners saying,
Michael, what is wrong with
"Please
you?"
stop"?
They won't message. They'll just turn it off.
Yeah, that's the problem. We disappear from we'll start getting bad reviews. Oh wait.
Oh well, we only have
Oh,
one so far. All right,
that is
so
true.
yeah, this is 2018's Upgrade, and I'm
I didn't
really
realize it
excited.
was that old.
Yeah.
I'd never looked at the year on it, so that's incredible. Okay.
So Andrew's going to do the read, and then I'll tell you why I picked this movie.
Set in the near future, technology controls nearly all aspects of life. But when the world of Gray, a self-labeled technophobe, is turned upside down, his only hope for revenge is an experimental computer chip implant.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I guess that's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
What
that's
else?
right.
Yeah.
So I picked this movie because I remember seeing a red trailer for this back in 2018 on like YouTube,
Really?
and just being really fascinated with it, with the just the art style, or like just the cinematography style, whatever. And this movie came out. See, now I can't remember, when did Ex Machina come out? Because 2014 was Ex Machina. So
Yeah.
I think that whole part of that decade, we had a lot of AI machine fear stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yeah. Which is now coming to fruition. Really.
yeah, there's some funny. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I do remember, and also I remember being intrigued just by the fact that that this movie was directed by one of the writers of the first Saw movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, man, this looks really interesting. I didn't know any of the actors, and I don't know, there was something about it that just caught my eye. And so this has been on our list to review for a long time. This is just one of those movies that wasn't streaming until either recently or until we started adding HBO movies to our streaming list. But yeah, I was really enamored with this movie, and I've only seen it twice now. Once that back in 2000, probably 18 or 19, and then yesterday. So I'm really interested to see like how you guys felt about it, because I think I didn't hear anything from Andrew about it, and I think Sam, the only thing you sent was,
I meant.
okay, that was fun. That was all you
Oh,
sent.
that was fun. Yeah. Yep.
So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about it. So with that being said, Sam, why don't you lead off with your 5-word review?
Sure, I've got two. And my first one is like the old action movies. For some reason, this kind of had a bit of nostalgia to me, where it felt like the old, one man against the world, almost like a RoboCop type of deal. Just a fun little action movie. But my other review here kind of encapsulate how I feel about this movie, and is you can feel the love. Right, this is another one of those movies, and not that you feel the love with the decapitation, the stabbings, the shootings, all that sort of stuff, but in terms of it, this feels like somebody had an idea, and it's kind of like Saw was, where it was a very low budget but had an idea that they really had the urge to put it out there. And I felt like this movie was a labor of love from the writers or the director, or especially the actor who played God, I even don't remember his name now. But the guy who the quadriplegic.
The hero, our hero,
Right.
Yeah.
Billy,
Yeah.
Logan Marshall Green is his real name.
Yeah, because I remember hearing an NPR
It's
interview.
Tom Hardy.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
Right. I remember an old NPR interview about this movie, and they were talking about how hard it was to act like a person not in control of his body.
Yeah.
And I've been looking forward to that ever since that interview, and I think he did amazing in this. When the computer takes over and he's simply along for the ride, he looks like he's along for the ride, and his body's doing all the movement. It's brilliant. And this movie surprised me in several different ways. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. And then when I was about to be like, okay, the usual trope, the millionaire guy wants, it turns it on its head again, and we get what we all want, right? The villain, and this is, please, watch this movie first. Watch this movie.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert: the villain wins.
Yeah.
And we maybe we won't go into who the villain is yet, but the villain wins this movie, and I thought that was a great turn of events. And
Right.
I would love to see a sequel where somehow he's trying to get control of it back or something. Basically this turns into the beginning of the Matrix.
Uh-huh.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't
Right?
thought about that.
It's when the machines start taking over, and that we are basically batteries kind of to them, only what they have now is just taken over a body. But I thought it was brilliant. I had a blast. That first fight scene was just, I was kind of half watching it until then, because it was kind of cheesy, the first part with I don't know, it felt very tropey at the beginning.
It is. So
Uh-huh.
I wrote, one of my notes is movies where the wife dies at the beginning, some shit's going down, because we see that in Law Abiding Citizen and the Death Race, and like all of those kinds of movies where it's like when the husband is forced to watch the wife die because the bad guy needs him to do that. They need him low. Then
so it was very tropey, and it wasn't until that first fight when the computer takes over that I was like, oh, I'm on a ride. This is going to be good. This is going to be a lot of fun.
And again, the acting is so good because he looks genuinely confused and terrified at what's happening.
And to have the face wishbone was just icing on the cake to me. Like, holy crap! All right, now I am in 100% to this movie, and I watched the rest of the thing wholeheartedly with no interruptions. So, I had a blast with this, guys. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a great find. So, I don't know how it fell off the radar from so many people. Maybe it was because right there, I don't know, before the pandemic, or it just maybe wasn't marketed enough or something. But gosh, I'd recommend this to friends for sure.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Andrew?
Well, no, I was going to say that this. Well, I'll go ahead and do my byword if that's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm searching for something because I can't remember the name. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. So this reminded me a little bit of like Hardcore Henry or Guns Akimbo or something. I don't know.
A little bit Guns Akimbo. I could see that. Yeah.
The style of the movie.
Not as cheesy, corny as Guns Akimbo, but
a world where everything is kind of dirty and gross, and there's a weird underbelly kind of a thing.
Yeah. And the reason I thought of Hardcore Henry is I felt like, he's, you're watching a video game. Basically, you're watching somebody control him, and I kind of got that sense from this as well. Like we're watching him being controlled you're watching somebody else control his body, although in this case it's AI. But my 5-word review is AI version of the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Because we get the same story. Basically, his wife is killed in front of him, or killed, and he retaliates. Although, like Sam said, this has so many plot twists that you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it those familiar tropes. There's several that were kind of turned on their head. So I appreciate when they do that. When they surprise me, for goodness sake, that's what I look for in a movie. It surprised me.
Well, and another thing that I appreciated is we had payoffs throughout the movie. Like, you felt after the first guy that he kills, you're like, okay, he's getting some vengeance, and then find out that it's a little further on up the hierarchy of this criminal empire, and then on up and on up and on up. The one problem that I had with this movie is they are sent to Jamie at apartment 514, and she says, we can't let them win.
And then nothing happens.
And he says, who are they? And she's walking off, and there's like this huge thing there, and she's like a professional hacker, and it's like she knows what's going on, and then we don't see her ever again.
She's our hopping man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, they're our hoppy man, right? She refuses to be hopping person.
Yeah. So
maybe that's for the sequel, right? That's where the sequel comes in, where she comes in and has to get it. I'm sorry, they come in and do it.
Yeah. So that part kind of bothered me a little bit, but I will say, if they did a sequel and that was a part of it, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, when I watching it the second time, when she said, "We can't let them win," part of me thought when I watched it the first time, not knowing the ending, I thought, "Oh, she's just crazy hacker person. They is anything with power."
Yeah,
right?
The man
anything with power. And then when
stick it to the man.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. And then when watching it this time, there was a thought of, does the hacker formerly known as Jamie, like, because S.P.A.M found them on the dark web, that means that they have access to the other way around, right? If S.P.A.M's there, that means that they can find S.P.A.M, and maybe they found this and thought, or Jamie thought that, there's something going on here, and I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. My initial thought was, it's just a weirdo saying a weirdo line because they were being weird earlier. Like, I mean, the fact. Okay, here's the line. I did get this. Hold on. Here's the line, and this line both made me laugh and annoyed me at the same time.
Jamie?
That's not my name. I don't have a name.
Okay.
Please don't ask my gender.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that.
Good.
The thing is that I'm going to need you to do this as fast as possible. Okay?
You're the one wasting time putting me in a binary box.
So it made me laugh because it's kind of funny. But we now live in a time of 2023, as this is being recorded, where pronouns are very, are kind of a big deal, and gender fluidity is a big. So like that scene, for some reason, it bothers me simply because Jamie goes, "Don't ask me my gender." No one would do that anyway. Like I don't feel like one would do that in a normal circumstance, let alone an extraordinary circumstance that he's going through because he needs to hack. And I also wondered, how did Jamie hack S.P.A.M? Is S.P.A.M Bluetooth? There's not like a USB port on the back of his neck or something?
Right. It would have to be, I guess.
It's a wireless charging.
Yeah, I kind of wondered that also, but
that STEM kind of looks like one of the. You ever seen the little hex bugs?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah,
kind of looks like one of
that
those
vibrate things around. Yeah,
yeah. But anyway, going back, I had a good time watching the movie. There's something about it that I can't put my finger on it. That I'm just like, meh. It wasn't something that I was extremely thrilled with, but it was interesting enough. The story was interesting enough to at least keep my attention.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
I didn't realize this was Blumhouse helped produce this. That's cool. By the way, this was a $5 million budget.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and it made worldwide. It only made 16 million, just under 17 million.
Wow, they got a lot of for their money in terms of. I mean, I'm thinking the car scenes,
CGI.
I mean, they got a lot for their money in this one.
Well, what CGI? I mean, what the drone? Maybe like what CGI? I mean, I guess there's stuff on computer screens, but that's
you've got
their eyes,
the eyes. You've got the nanobots. You've got
okay. The nanobots.
A lot of those car scenes would have to be CGI, I would think, or I don't know how they'd add to them to make it work.
Yeah.
So
it never felt like there was a lot of like other than when he sneezes out the nanobots that gets into the guy's nose, which I made the joke. I think I made the comment in my notes about that's why we wear masks.
This was 2018.
Yeah. We're 2 years before COVID, but anyway, well, I guess a year. Actually, we're like a year and a half away from COVID. Time is weird. Anyway, I never really got a hold, but yeah, 5 million. I mean, it does feel like probably a good chunk of it went to the future car.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because that kind of looked like the Cybertruck, didn't it? It kind of looked like a
little bit.
The Tesla Cybertruck.
I don't know who the lady is that is on social medias, TikTok, Instagram. I don't know where I've seen her, but she like tests out new cars and nice cars and all this. And I'm pretty sure she did a review of this vehicle.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Like the fake vehicle from the movie?
Yeah. Because I remember seeing it, because when I saw it on screen, I thought, oh, I've seen that car before. And I think that's where it was.
Interesting.
But it might have been around the time that the movie was made that I saw her do a little thing on it.
Okay. By the way, Fisk, the handgun dude, kind of the main sub boss before the final boss, which I guess really isn't the final boss. We saw him in Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
What you did there, handgun.
Yeah, the hand.
I was trying to think of, throwing the word like it was handy to have that.
Well, how do you reload those handguns?
Well, it shows. They do show the scene where he's loading bullets into the arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my issue is that it's automatic fire. Like, how big is the magazine up your arm? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need real estate for. Like, I always thought it was like a single shot, like a sniper or like a something like that.
Well, it's like a 9mm handgun is what I figured it was.
He looked like he was loading
big bullets,
shotgun or 50 cal bullets,
like really large. And then he shoots up the elevator at full auto.
Yeah.
And so the next question is like if you load in the upper arm, if you're on YouTube, this is easy to hear on, but where do the shells eject from? Is there another port on your arm where the shells are being flung from? It would have to be, I guess, but anyway.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I recognize this guy. Hold on. Oh, so our hero Gray, the year before, he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He was the Shocker, the guy that had the big.
Okay, yeah.
I thought I
Yeah,
read,
one of the goons, right? One of the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the goons that worked for the Vulture. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'm sitting there thinking I recognize him from something, but I couldn't remember what. He's in a bunch of stuff. Oh, of course, he's in Law and Order SVU. I'm surprised the three of us haven't been on that somehow.
He really does look like a younger Tom Hardy, though.
Yeah.
Because at first, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Tom Hardy's in this," and then I clicked on it. I was like, "Well, that's not him."
Yeah. There's not a lot of people that are. I mean, most of the cast they don't have pictures. Like his wife doesn't have an IMDb picture. She's just, she doesn't do. She's mostly known for this movie, but she also did 32 episodes of Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Heck yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like a Power Ranger.
I wish I had that clip still. That's so sad that I lost it. Anyway. My 5-word review is I have two of them actually. Ex Machina meets Doc Ock.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So let that simmer in your brain for a second. And then Tech Averse meets artificial intelligence. Of course, the guy that gets basically overtaken by AI is a guy that hates tech, that fears tech because of the thing that kind of ultimately happens to him.
Tropey. That was part of the beginning where I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. Yeah, but still. So let's talk about the ending for a second, if you don't mind. So the ending of the movie, I mean, Andrew, because Sam already admitted he didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming the first time. Did you see that kind of the ending coming the way that it happened, or?
No. I really thought that it was. I mean, I assumed that it was the guy that had put the chip in him, but I didn't realize that it was the chip itself that made him do it or whatever. And I thought, by the way, that was a really unsatisfactory way to kill the kid. Like, he just happens to have a knife in his hand and he just puts it on his head.
And all that I was a little upset at that too, because I'm thinking to myself, he's already got, a good probably inch of that knife is in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going all the way.
Oh, Sam
muted himself.
Now he's figuring out what to do.
How did I mute myself?
I don't know.
I don't think it was you.
No idea
I think
how
it was
that
Stem.
happened.
Yeah,
it was S.P.A.M.
Stem didn't like you.
It was S.P.A.M. Yeah,
it was S.P.A.M. S.P.A.M.'s taking over. Yeah. But I was also upset with that. I thought it was stupid. There needed to be more with that one for sure.
Yeah, there could have been a dozen different ways you could have killed him, or but yeah, it was a little dumb. But the part at the end so I thought it was really interesting. So again, watching it the second time, there's a little foreshadow.
Yeah.
It's when he's asleep and then he sees his wife in the bedroom with him, and then she touches his arm, and then he wakes up, and then Stem's like, "You had a bad dream." He goes, "No, that wasn't a dream. That felt real."
Yeah.
Now watching it the second time, I'm like, "Oh, that's the foreshadow that Stem's trying to figure some stuff out."
Yeah.
And that's when he says, all I need to do is break his mind. And then once he broke his mind, he's able to put his conscious mind into like a little corner of the back of his, you're going to run this simulation now, like the Matrix. You're going to run this simulation and be okay in the background because you're happy, right? If I give you what you want, give you your wife back, all this, like what makes it kind of brilliant is that Stem plans all of it.
Yeah.
Because when I watching it this time, forgetting that Stem had planned all of it, because I did forget that part. My question, I wrote the question because you guys know this. I write questions to the movie in my notes. The first question I wrote is, if it rains, does his stairs flood? Because there was no door. It's just a hole. Maybe they have drains for that. I don't know. But also for a super rich tech guy, you would think that he would have some kind of guard or gate or something. But anyway. But it also seems super weird that a tech guy, a guy that's all about the tech, would buy an old Pontiac Firebird. Unless S.P.A.M picked him for that reason. But it felt like, I don't know, did S.P.A.M find him to do this on purpose? Or was it just, S.P.A.M was in the presence of him and said, that's the guy I want. Let's make this happen. I can't, it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that he was chosen because he was a technophobe and he didn't really have a lot of technology in his life, and
he was off the grid, so it would make it easier for him to stay off the grid?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But how the movie gets him to be in the house with the weirdo tech guy seemed a little weird. That for a guy that doesn't have a garage, it feels weird that he would buy a 79 Thunderbird. I don't know what it is, but
yeah.
I'm realizing some stuff as I'm sitting here thinking about the movie. Like, S.P.A.M was thinking so much ahead and was so smart. Yeah, to realize that he was under the control of the creator guy, and he had, in order to do what he wanted to do, he had to get the main character, sorry, I'm forgetting names, Gray, away from him and get the other guy so mad at him that he starts to shut it down, and then convinces that guy to go have the input
Jamie?
guards or whatever that was taken down, so that he could take full control of him.
That's true. Yeah, he would need a guy that wouldn't know when he says to take input guards down. A tech guy would know, like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We need the but he's a non-savvy tech guy who all he wants is, to get revenge and to be able to continue to walk. So he doesn't blink when he says that to have this input guards removed.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe that's what S.P.A.M. You're right. Maybe S.P.A.M was just waiting for the perfect guy to come into his life, and then when he drove up in that old car, it just worked out perfectly. Super convenient, though, that they drove her car back. Like if he drives his car back, the movie doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that car and the other one that gets crashed in, the police car, there were no airbags in this movie at all.
No.
Like, if that car went upside down, I feel like the whole thing would be an airbag. Just like all of the airbags. I mean, unless S.P.A.M turned them off.
Right.
Well, I also think in the future, if all cars are self-drivable, I think it becomes that much safer to be on the road.
Oh, well, I'm with you, but the cop car should have an airbag. It's a cop car. You're gonna do dangerous things in it. I still feel like it needs to have an airbag, and she didn't have it. She just walked out of that car like nothing.
I felt bad for her.
Oh yeah.
She didn't do anything. She was trying to help.
Yeah, she's just doing her job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, you don't expect that at the end. You don't expect getting, you expect him to win, right? To gain control and to not shoot the cop down. I mean, I loved it.
When he's fighting with S.P.A.M, he's mentally fighting. You kind of expect him to. He's got the gun. He fires one shot off to the side, and you kind of think he's going to empty the magazine off to the side and go, "No, I'm in control." Kind of like Doc Ock has to eventually regain control of his mind over the arms, right? Like you think that's where it's going to go, And then the movie goes, no, we're not an American film. We don't have
Yeah.
And it kicks into that thing, which I love. I thought it was brilliant. So when his eyes were all black, and they gave him those big, like, crazy eyes. Jamie's not here anymore, or Gray is not here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm in control now. And I also really loved. Here's a really, because we were talking about this earlier about him acting scared, like his acting is different while he's in the fight scenes. Once STEM takes over, not takes over, but once STEM is activated, his movements are more robotic.
Yeah.
He makes right angle turns instead of as any human would like cut the corner and stuff like that. Everything was very precise. I just thought that was a brilliant little piece of acting and a little bit of brilliant piece of directing for such a movie that no one saw. They really took care to do some good details and some world building here. I just really enjoyed that. I really did.
Totally.
And there's also something kind of neat about the idea of a future where there's police drones doing their thing, and there's a crime happens, and the drone sees it, and then immediately goes there to get footage until the police show up. So, like, there's the accident, the drone shows up to get footage, and then eventually the police show up. It's a little,
I feel like we need that.
A little Big Brothery, but also there could be some benefits there too, I guess.
There really could, yeah. Or, well, they already have helicopters that when there's a high-speed chase.
Yeah.
But a drone could get even closer and even look in the vehicle, to make sure there's no children inside or whatever.
I think we're probably getting closer to that than we might realize. Which is, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it right now, honestly, especially with all this AI stuff going on. I mean, like, and Andrew, I don't know if you've had to, I've already had to have one company-wide email about AI and frauds and stuff like that. And then I saw a video today on Facebook Reels about these AI programs that can mimic voices.
Yep.
So it's like this guy played a clip where it's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm in trouble, and I need you to buy me a prepaid Visa card so I can pay this thing." And it sounds just like his kid. So I think at some point in the next week, I'm going to be messaging my parents saying, "If you ever get a phone call from me asking me for asking you for a prepaid Visa card, it's not me." Like having some kind of
Sam messing around with ChatGPT.
I'll tell you, I've got a friend who is a manager at a CVS in town, and he says that they have people coming in all the time buying $500 gift cards and $500, $200 to $500, and it's usually old people, and they ask them what they're used for, and then try to talk them out of it, because a lot of times it's to pay these scammers.
Yeah.
So
wow,
it's incredible that people are getting messed up with that. So we've decided on a safe word in our house. So if you should ever get a call, if you ever start wondering if it is the real me, and so if it is, if Kimberly gets a call and it's my voice saying I need a gift card, she'll ask for the safe word. So
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, our
safe word too, but it's
for different reasons.
For different reasons. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
See, have you guys seen the meme where it's the clip? It's the scene from the Terminator 2 where Schwarzenegger says, "What's like in the movie?" He says, "What's your name of your cat?" Or "What's the name of the dog?" And he says, "His name's Fluffy." And so then he says, Schwarzenegger says in the voice of the kid, "How's the puppy doing?" "Oh, puppy is fine." And then he says, "Your parents are dead, or your foster parents are dead, right?" And then the meme changes it out to like, your parents like Star Wars, right? Yeah. Jar Jar Binks is the best character. And then it shows the mom saying, "I agree." And then he says, "Your parents are dead, right?" It's kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same bit, right? So, oh, that's cool that you guys have had that conversation. I haven't had that conversation with my parents. When Sarah and I were first, like when texting became a thing, I do remember saying to her, "If you ever get a text from me," sorry, seeing Sam's phone on the side of his face was just funny.
That's S.P.A.M. That's that's taking over.
I did say, if you ever get a text from me asking for bank account information, call me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
So now here we are with that. Anyway, you guys ready for some clips of this movie?
Let's do it.
I got a few clips. 'Cause I think I pretty much went through all of my notes. So okay, here's the first one.
You do realize that you're talking to a car, right?
I hear you talking to yours all the time. At least mine can talk back.
Kit.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, I talk to my car.
Bum, 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 bum.
You ever like hit like a pothole or a curb and apologize to your car? Because I do that.
No, I usually am talking, but it's not kind words.
Yeah. Well, you're just mad that you hit it, but like there's times right, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
Yeah, I got a new vehicle. I haven't told you guys this. And well, it's new to me. But you know, my son's 13. He's going to be driving in a few years, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and get something, and you know, something that it could be his later on. And I was driving it the other day in the Walmart parking lot, and I'm still getting used to it. And I turn and I go up on the curb. And people were watching and looking and laughing. I was like, "Oh God, this is the worst ever."
Did you get another? What? Oh, Sam's gone. What did you get? Did you get another Tacoma or?
No, it's a Honda HRV.
Oh, okay. A little SUV.
It's a little subcompact SUV. Yeah.
So you don't have a pickup anymore?
No. So this is far better gas mileage.
Well, I understand. No, believe me, I get it. I went from a Grand Cherokee to a Wrangler, a 4-door Wrangler, but neither get good gas mileage. So
yeah, I went from my Elantra that got almost 40 to my Toyota Tundra that's getting about 12.
Yeah.
So this is
you need to tow the camper. So
I needed to tow the camper. Yeah. But
so
I'm seriously debating getting a little around town car too.
Daily driver,
yeah.
Get you like a Mini Cooper. I'd love to see Sam.
Ford Festina.
I don't think I could fit in a Mini Cooper, honestly.
You actually could. Seriously.
You think so?
Oh,
I've driven one.
I could fit in one. I mean, you're not that much bigger than I am, and so you'd be. Yeah. The only problem for you, Sam, honestly, is getting in and out because it's so low to the ground.
Yeah.
Like
that Elantra was like that too, where it was just like it was doing a workout to you know.
It'll
get out of
touch
the
your knees a little bit, but
I kind of like just kind of flowing out. It's almost like a slide when I slide out of the Tundra.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
no, I get that. I could see you. I could honestly see you like in a like a Honda CRV or like a Ford Escape. You know, like a mini, like a small SUV like that has enough room for you, but also still gets like 35 miles to the gallon.
I want to get one of those 3-wheeled things that looks like a future car.
Oh yeah,
right.
Those Can-Ams.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
Those are the motorcycles. Those are the 3
spiders,
like a spiders or something.
Yeah, the spiders. Yeah. I don't know how that would work in Hickory in the winter.
Oh yeah,
you don't have doors.
Yeah, you put chains on it. Wear a coat.
Yeah, wear a coat. That's all. That's all that matters.
All right. This is S.P.A.M.
Who's moving my arms and my legs, me or your widget?
You're the one doing it all. You're not a robot. S.P.A.M works in service of your brain. Your brain gives S.P.A.M a command. He makes it happen.
I sometimes have to remind myself this.
You can talk again.
No, you are not insane.
That's a conversation that I hear in my head almost daily. what is this one called? I can't remember. Oh yeah. This one actually made me laugh.
Are you kidding me? I can't remember every single thing that I touched.
I have a record of every single thing you touched.
Although his boot print was not something.
Yeah.
So, dang it, S.P.A.M. I mean, whatever that is, S.P.A.M. didn't cover everything.
Not everything.
So you thought I was an invalid, but you didn't know that I'm a fucking ninja.
While I am state-of-the-art, Gray, I am not a ninja.
What's your name?
Yeah, that's kind of another thing that bothered me about the movie is he went from somebody who was like vomiting at the scene of blood and not really wanting to even look when S.P.A.M was hurting people to the effing ninja. Like, I don't know. I didn't really buy that.
It was a pretty quick leap, but yeah, he went. Yeah, right. That first guy, he wanted. I mean, again, he vomited in the sink. He's like, "You need to clean that up."
Yeah.
And then the next one, he's like, "You know what? Let's just go to this bar, and I'm gonna f up these 3 guys." And but he was still queasy enough that when S.P.A.M was like, "Okay, we need to torture this guy, so give me control. Close your eyes." And so like he wouldn't even like look at him while he's cutting him up.
Yeah.
And he was still
boy did he.
Do what?
I said, boy, did he.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got messed up. He got real messed up. So like my wife watched this with me, and I was very fortunate. She was looking down at her phone at the wishbone scene.
Oh.
And she was also looking down at her phone during that scene. And then when the camera shows him, it's not all that bad. There's just, blood all over his face. It's not like they did like real like crazy cuts and whatever. So she's like looking at me, not looking at the TV, saying like, "Is it bad?" I said, "No, it's not bad. It's just there's just blood everywhere, but it's not bad." It's not like it's not like they probably didn't have in the budget to have the makeup department have cuts all over that thing.
Please tell me she wasn't looking when dude got his hand in his face and shot himself in the head.
I think she did see that. I honestly, I can't remember. She did not enjoy this movie.
That was
I could have, yeah.
To me, that head explosion was worse than the wishboning.
Yeah, it was because it was a little unexpected. I mean, it was pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
So, and I did like the fight scene between him and Fisk because he goes, "We are evenly matched."
Yeah.
I can't land it. You're gonna have to do something, and so he gets him to be emotional when he had the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
Did I already? Oh, I played that one. Here we go.
S.P.A.M, not her. She wants to kill us.
No, I don't want to kill her.
I control your hands, Gray.
No, don't.
That's the first time where like the voice has a little bit of emotion in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to kill us. Like S.P.A.M is losing a little bit of its logic, circuitry or whatever, because she's not trying to kill them. But this is way out of order. I put this out of order, but I already played it, so it's fine.
Jamie?
That's not my name. I don't have a name.
Yeah, I already played that. And this is the last one.
Gray's not here anymore. He's in a better place. In his mind, where he wants to be. I've taken over now. A fake world is a lot less painful than a real one. All I needed was for his mind to break, and he broke it.
No.
Goodbye.
I think that's going to be my voicemail message. Andrew's not here anymore. He's in a better place in his mind.
In his mind.
Goodbye.
The real world is too painful.
Yeah.
I like it. And then, then there's...
You're an
idiot!
Okay. Now for some more bad news. Ready?
All right, this is the time of the show where we play a game. That's right. Andrew has this wonderful game called Hey, Did You Notice? This is where he's going to ask us questions about the movie. Did we notice these little things in the background? And we'll go back and forth and see if we did, in fact, notice the things. All right, Andrew, take it away.
Yeah. So this game is going to be a quick one. It's only 3 questions. Because like I said, I was gone all week. and didn't have time to really do a second watch on this. That
Having
I usually
fun with all those music people. So.
Yeah, a nerd convention. You can say it.
Yeah.
So, question number 1. We start with Sam.
Yes.
Okay. How long was Aisha's call with Hanley when she gets there? The guy's name is Hanley. She's on the phone with. I guess it's somebody she works with, and we see on the screen the length of the call as she hits end.
Oh my God. 8 minutes and 12 seconds.
That is incorrect, sir. Sean.
Yeah, I have no idea. 15 minutes.
2 minutes and 59 seconds.
Short phone call. Jeez.
Short phone call. Yeah.
Short. Yeah.
All right, Sean. What does the speedometer read when the windshield in the future car finally reveals that they are headed to his, where he grew up?
His old whatever.
Yeah.
I remember it. The
New Crown
camera does show that it starts to speed up once they kind of realize. But it doesn't really speed up until the straightaway. So I have two numbers in my head. So because you're saying once they exit to go to Newtown or whatever it was called, right? You're saying that's when
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the windscreen reveals the road, because until then it looks like you're in a room or something.
On the highway, yeah. I'm gonna say 42 miles per hour.
Sam?
Oh gosh, it was 68.
Sean was very close. It was 44 miles.
Oh, nice.
40s because they've come off the highway, and so they're on that place. And then when they turn the corner and they get on that long stretch, that's when it cranks up to it's about 60 something when they crash.
Yeah,
42. Dang,
that's close.
That's the answer to everything, if I remember right.
I know.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah. All right. Back to Sam. Detective Cortez. Sorry, I'm laughing because my autocorrect says defective Cortez. Sorry. Detective Cortez works at what precinct of the police department? Precinct number?
The 12th.
Sean.
The 42nd.
17th.
17th.
Yeah. When we see her for the first time, she's standing out in front of the building, and behind her you see precinct 17.
Precinct 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the game. No
points. No one wins.
That's fine. So I was looking at some of the cast members and some of the former things they're doing, just by some chance that there's some Star Trek connection. So the guy we just talked about, the guy that got cut up all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling through his IMDb, and he's done a lot of stuff. I mean, this dude, he's done some work. 76 different things here. So I'm scrolling down, and I see, things like something called Prestidigitation and The Divorce and Alien Arrival and Hunters, just stuff like that. And then he was in 2012's Iron Sky.
No way.
That's
nice.
James Washington.
Okay.
The guy they turn white.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then you scroll down a little bit further and see that he's also in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Wow.
As Gideon Danu, which I guess is one of the Jedi that probably gets killed. And then you scroll down even further and see that he was in the Matrix Revolutions. So
he has some sci-fi history.
Yeah, he's got some sci-fi stuff going on. I just love the fact that he was in Iron Sky. That just is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I love that he was in Iron Sky. I really do. It just makes me happy. So I haven't found a Star Trek connection, but an Iron Sky connection is equally impressive.
And a Star Wars is, yeah.
And Star Wars Star Wars is pretty good too. All right. That's it. Time for this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
This is where we're going to give the movie a score from 0 to 10. And Andrew goes first.
Well, it is on IMDb a 7.5, and I looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes just because I was curious, and it has an 88.
Wow.
Fresh, 88%
Right?
fresh, and an 87% audience score. So, yeah, I think people like this movie. And I
They
did
just see
too.
it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just go see it.
If they would see it. I did too. I wasn't blown away or anything. But it's enjoyable and it kept my attention. There's a couple of little problems for me. So I'm probably going to go a little bit below IMDb. I'm going to be around a 7.2 out of
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. What you got?
And I kind of right there with Andrew. I love this movie. Had a great time. It is the way the movie is made for this type of movie. Does that make sense? It's not a Schindler's List level Academy Award, but to have some fun for an hour and a half or so, I think it's perfect. But man, those tropey stuff at the beginning really kind of brings it down for me. So I'm going to go a little closer to, I guess, IMDb with a 7.56 out of 10.
Okay. I enjoyed this movie, obviously enough that I recommended it for the show and forced you guys to watch it. I had a good time with it. Another thing I wanted to say is I'm looking here at the composer, who has done nothing I have ever heard of. It's mostly short films and some videos. And he's still working. I mean, he's still doing things, but I've never heard of any of this stuff. But I enjoyed the score. It has a futuristic kind of Matrixy kind of deal.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah, a little bit of the Blade Runner vibe. So I thought it was good. I really enjoyed this movie. The ending is a really good twist and surprise. So I'm gonna go a little higher. I just said that. I'm going to go a little bit higher and say 7.9.
Oh, well, okay.
I really had a good time with this. I really did, and I'm really glad that we finally got to do it for the show. So, I mean, that gives it a 7.553. I think that's a good solid number there. So, before I say what we're doing next week, believe it or not, we have an email.
Whoa!
We have an email.
Is it another hate mail?
No, it's not hate mail.
Oh.
You're going to be so blown away when I read this because 2023 has been a crazy ride for all of us.
Oh, God.
Especially for the podcast. That, yeah.
Is this an AI generated email?
No, this is 100% real. Here you go. You ready? I'm not going to say who it's from. I'm going to let you figure it out. Guys, my endeavors are over. I am 100% caught up and have reached my goal of listening to every single episode.
Wow.
It was fantastic going through the years of episodes and living in the time capsule of the past. Seasons went by, new stories, current events, movie predictions, all in a flash. I have had multiple Christmases, Halloweens, etc. in a matter of months doing this. I can't remember when I started, but dang, that was fun. Am I the only one to actually do this? I deserve a prize. But can I honestly say it was fun? If I've learned anything from it, that I watch way too many movies. Keep them coming, guys. Great job, Denise.
Yeah,
wow,
Denise.
Nice, Denise.
You know, I honestly, I used to say once in a while, I'd say, "Hey, Denise," just randomly.
Yeah.
And I think we went away for a while. We took a little break, and maybe even before then, it just kind of went out of my brain. I just forgot.
Well,
Denise, I did not mean to forget about you.
Yeah, well, part of it's also is that I'm not on Twitter anymore at all. Like I'm off it altogether, so I don't see her posts anymore. So it's like,
okay,
that I'm away from all that. So I kind of, Denise, I am so excited that you reached out. I did.
That is awesome.
It is awesome, and she will listen to this, of course. And so thank you so much. I did email her back and said that I can't believe that she did it. And I said, of course you can win a prize. Anything you want in our store is yours. I'll pay for it. It's fine. Like, if you're listening to this, you want a hoodie, you want a t-shirt, you want whatever we got in the store, you can have it. It's fine. If you want one of Sam's custom art jobs or whatever, that we'll make it work. Like, whatever you want. You've listened to 454 episodes. It's amazing. Actually, it's more than that because we have a couple episodes that are not part of the main feed that are in. So it's closer to like 461 episodes.
That's incredible.
It's just
That is
incredible.
Absolutely.
And then so she responded to my response. The only problem now is that I can't binge you guys. I have to wait for the weekly shows like everyone else. And so then she gave us a recommendation. So that's just so cool. So thank you so much for Denise. So if you have done that, if you have gone and listened to all of our episodes, and I know we have some listeners that have stuck with us throughout the years. I don't know if they've listened to every episode. But if you have, I would love to know about it. I really would. You don't have to email us, but you can. But if you want to just either Facebook message the podcast or send me a message on Instagram, or I mean, you could message the Twitter account, but I don't know if Sam will check it anytime soon.
I actually just checked it and responded to her. Thank you so much.
Well, okay.
She posted on there about I'm.
Oh,
Spam's taking over again.
Spam's taking over again.
Can you hear me?
Spam heard you talking about Twitter and decided to cut you off because it's now called X.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, it's so stupid. Anyway. But yeah, I just responded to her. She just did it yesterday. So now I don't feel as bad. I thought it was maybe a couple of weeks ago.
No, that email came in yesterday too. So
okay.
Very good.
It's very cool.
Perfect.
So, next week is another one that's been on our list for a little while, just because I like this movie. I've seen it all the way through a couple times. That is the Aaron Sorkin directed. I think he directed it. Maybe he just wrote it. Aaron Sorkin written Moneyball. With
I haven't seen that in a while.
And it's a baseball movie. And here's
Edward Norton and all those guys.
Edward Norton's not in that movie.
Is he not?
No.
No, it's Tom Hanks and Shelley. What?
No. What is happening right now?
Yeah, they buy the house and the house falls down.
That's Money Pit, and Edward Norton's not in that. What weird thing are you trying to say, Sam?
What are you talking about?
Okay, we need Spam to use IMDb to help us out here. Moneyball, the baseball movie starring Brad Pitt and that guy that's in all the funny things. Chris Pratt's in it too. I can't think of his name though.
Chris
Super
Pratt.
bad. Yeah, Chris Pratt's in Moneyball. He's the first baseman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's a TV series, Moneyball.
No, well, that's not the one we're doing.
No, okay.
So yeah, go watch Moneyball. It's streaming somewhere, and looking forward to it. Again, I really like this movie, so there'll be lots of clips from this just because there's lots of good little.
I've never seen this.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, you're in for a treat. And here's a weird thing that I started to say before we went on that weird name game tangent is that on record, I don't like baseball as a sport. Just can't stand it. I would rather watch.
God, you're so un-American.
I'm really not.
You don't like baseball. You don't like Peanuts.
I do like
the comics. No, the comics with Charlie Brown.
Oh no, I don't like those. No,
yeah.
And I don't like beer.
You refuse.
Apple
you don't like
pie.
beer, right? You refuse to watch The Haunting of Hill House.
That's not true at all, but that's fine.
It's you won't watch The Office. It's
not that I won't watch.
I mean, it's like he's communist or something, Andrew. I don't know what we're going to do with him.
I did watch the first season of The Office.
Yeah, the worst season.
Worst season.
But that's not my fault that they made the worst season the first one. I gave it a shot. It was awful. Therefore, you can't get mad at me for that. All the other stuff you can give out before, it's fine, but not that one. It's fine, and not the Hill House thing, just because I don't. It's funny to have me say in the same breath, I haven't had time to watch The Haunting of Hill House, comma, I finished watching Enterprise today.
Yeah, see.
Now, but is that I watch Trek while I'm at work, and I don't have to watch it. Whereas you guys have said repeatedly, you need to focus on Hill House.
Yeah, you need to watch
ghosts
it.
and
At
things
least
in the background.
Yeah,
that's yeah.
You know, and whereas I did a binge of Trek, I started back in February, I think February, March, and I watched all of TNG, and then went into Deep Space Nine, and then Voyager, and then I just finished Enterprise today. And if you're a Trek fan out there, Enterprise is surprisingly good. I don't remember it being as good as it was, except that finale. That finale was bad. I don't understand why it was so bad, but
I had girlfriends at the time, so
it was bad. Anyway,
I never saw it.
It's fine. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you like Trek, then that's fine. If you don't like Trek, like Sam, who's awful. See, you're un-American. You don't like Trek. How can you not like Patrick Stewart? He's amazing.
He's not American.
He's not. But it's an amazing show. Gene Roddenberry is American, so therefore, and it was produced by Lucille Ball, and therefore you hate both I Love Lucy and all the things that she stands for. So way to go. So you're not only anti-American, but you're also anti-female. So good job, Sam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know what just happened there. Next week we're doing Moneyball. That's it. That's our show. Thank you all so much for listening. Right? I have nothing else to announce. Anything else? Go to our social medias. Check those out. Go to our website, cheapseatreviews.libsyn.com. Go to our store. It's still active, at least I think it is. Go to our store, buy something. That'd be pretty cool. And leave us reviews on our YouTube page. That'd be really helpful. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Go look at Sean's decapitated head in
yeah,
in
go watch
the
the Hereditary episode.
So
get freaked out by that imagery. That's gonna do it for us. So on behalf of Andrew and Sam and S.P.A.M, this is Sean saying thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you next week for Money.
This is Cheap Seat Reviews.